Good morning, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're talking about indicators in this video. The most indicators that I'm going to be talking about are called lagging indicators. And level 2, um, this is called a leading indicator because it gives you market depth. But we're not going to go into that really today just because that's a whole video on itself. So let's go over and talk about indicators that I use. So I use the moving average exponential 9 or 9 EMA, and I use the 20 EMA. Then I move the simple moving average, 50 SMA, and 200 SMA, and then Vwap. Vwap is the most important indicator for day trading, but if you use Vwap on, like, this is over a course of 20 days, the Vwap indicator is shit. It's not worth anything. So the Vwap takes into account not only the share price, but how much volume at that given moment. And if a big market maker wants to sell their shares, they'll do it at Vwap. Or buy shares, they'll do it at Vwap. So if they want to sell their shares and it's above the Vwap, that was a good fill for them. And if they want to buy their shares and it's below Vwap, that was a good fill for them. And vice versa. So if they wanted to sell their shares and it's below Vwap, that's bad. So I like using, so if you're day trading, I like having the Vwap. Gives me, and plus it'll always come back to the Vwap. Like, look, boom, pull back to Vwap. You can play this Vwap reversal. You just need to find the support and resistance. We talked about how to find support and resistance in a past video. I can go more in depth, but see, like, there's support right here, and it found, or resistance, boom, support, resistance, support, and then a little bit of hesitation here. And you would have found this if you're day trading today or this day, because it came up, double top, pulled back, came back to the 9 EMA. It couldn't go any higher, and you could have played it back to Vwap. We'll talk about different strategies later in the YouTube video, but we're just going to talk about indicators for today. So Vwap, we already covered Vwap. I'm going to go ahead and remove Vwap. So I like using the 920 EMA. I have them all the same because the same color, just because I've been able to read it. So the one that's closest pretty much to the actual stock price, 9 EMA. Then we have the 20 EMA. Then we have the 50 SMA. Yeah, see the 50? Because you can tell because it's moving too much, or it's moving more than the 200 SMA. So I use the 9 and 20 EMA as a guide to go long or go short. See if it finds support here. Found support, you could go long until it breaks that support, like it did up here. But obviously, if we find support here, I would have taken profits at the 200 SMA, the next technical indicator, just because the higher the moving average, the more weight it has, the more it will act as support and resistance. Therefore, the 200 moving average, the 200 simple moving average has more weight and resistance than the 50 SMA. So, and vice versa, like the 20 EMA has more of support than the 9 EMA. You can see here, it breaks through, finds support on the 200 SMA. So I like using these for moving averages. I usually only have these indicators on. Just that's what I like to use. Keep it nice and simple. I can process the information super quickly, and I'm mostly a naked trader where I go into price action and just chart patterns. But let's go ahead and take a look at RSI and MACD. These are another huge thing. So the RSI is Relative Strength Index, and this is basically saying if a stock's overbought or oversold. See, as the stock is pushing up, it gets very oversold. So when it gets oversold like this, that's a good sell signal because you know it's going to come down. And the MACD, see, like this is pre-market, but you could have bought here when you use MACD on longer time frames. Whenever the blue line crosses, I think this is the 9 exponential. I'll have to MACD fast length is 12. So this is the 12 EMA and the 26 EMA. All right, I believe it's anyways. The one that when it's bullish and whatever line's on top, then that's what you need to do it. So when that's on top, it's bullish, and when it crosses, it's bearish. See how it crosses here? It gives you a buy signal or a sell signal. And again, I don't like using these because they're not 100% accurate all the time. And no indicators can be 100% accurate all the time. Anything can happen. Any trader can. Like, for example, see, it gave us a buy signal right here. Right here. But a lot of the times, naked traders will get in earlier. Let me try to find an example. So it gave you a buy signal right here. But a lot of naked traders would get in right here. So that, like, 20-cent gain, not like 15 to 20-cent gain is huge when day trading. So a lot of people don't like using these complicated indicators for day trading. But a lot of swing traders use these. The MACD is a moving average convergent divergent. I don't know the actual name for it, but RSI and MACD are very good for swing trading. A lot of traders use it. But again, I just like using these plus Vwap when I'm day trading. And what this looks like on a long chart frame, is as you can see, on a longer time frame, I won't have the EMAs because EMA is more for short term and because it puts more weight on short term price action, and simple moving average puts more weight on the overall trend. So the 200 SMA is, again, if it's acting as a huge support, boom, 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 and usually the 200 SMA is like the grandfather of all indicators. A lot of people use it, 200 and 180-day SMA, because if it breaks it, it's most likely in a downtrend. See, oh, it broke it again. NEO broke below the 200 SMA. That's not good. That is not good. So I had a video explaining NEO, but excuse me, sorry. And I was basically saying if it breaks out of this and holds this support and has the 50 SMA comes up and squeeze it up, then that's what I'm going to do. But unfortunately, it broke. So I'm not too worried about it. Anyways, let's talk. I can go over. I'll go over NASDAQ level 2 so you guys can do it. It's another indicator. I'm not going to go in depth on it. So you have the exchange that the order is coming from, and this is on NEO. I have these links, so if I change this chart, this will also change. I have the bid, what people are willing to buy it at. So we have one in each, like 1, 13, 1, 1. So this is equal to 100 shares, and this is equal to 1,300 shares. So that's the bid size. And so they're wanting to buy 1,300 shares at $37.96. So it's at $37.99 right now. So if it drops down to I don't know what happened. And it's gone. It's just, they'll disappear and stuff. So it's just something that's for another video. Anyways, indicators are very, very, very useful. I'm looking for this 50 SMA to cross over the 200 SMA because that's a good buy signal. A lot of people use that because you can see it broke out of the 50 SMA, came back down, but the SMA wasn't even close to the 200 SMA. And now it's getting pretty darn close, but it could happen like it did right here. Could just, since this continued to go up, we could see a reversal here, which I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. That would be unfortunate because I was looking to actually play this long. Long means means that you think the stock's going to go up, and short means that you think the stock's going to go down. Indicators are awesome. I also have these channel divergence, which you guys might like. Basically, when the stock is towards the green, it's going to reverse. So we might actually see NEO come down to around 26, 25 range, possibly as it comes up, possibly around the $30 range. I wouldn't be surprised. And then we saw a reversal back to normal levels, which would kind of be, you could go short on here. A lot of people, this is just right now, like whoever, but the time and sales are also good. You can see all the orders coming through, how much, who's selling, who's buying. It's just another thing that you can do. Indicators are awesome, but you don't want to use a lot of indicators when you're day trading because you have to process that information super, super fast. So it's just not something that is something that I like to use. When I'm swing trading, you don't have to have as much good of entries, so you can be like, oh, like you can look at each of the indicators and follow. But again, you have to follow your strategy. Like there's thousands of different indicators that you can do, and you can code your own, you can do whatever, but indicators are just, they're lagging, so it doesn't take into account like the price moves and then the indicator moves. So when you're looking at price action and naked trading, that's what it's called, where you have really no indicators, you know, you're looking at the candlesticks. So anyways, we had a long wick right here that indicates the sellers brought it down and brought it straight back up, and then so that means buyers were in control and therefore pushing the price higher. For here, there was a long red wick candle. And since the wick is close to the top or the bottom or the closing price, that means that's still very, very bearish. And sometimes price action isn't always correct. Like here would be a green engulfing candle. See how the wicks take over the full candle. This next one, that usually means that it's very bullish because the sellers brought it down and the buyers brought it straight back up. But again, since the wick came down, the buyers and sellers were fighting for it. But if this closing price was up here, that's very bullish because the buyers were bringing up, and that was just when the time frame ended. So it was very likely that it's, oh, here's a good example. See how there's no wicks? That's very bullish. Since the sellers, it opened here, and the sellers instantly started pushing it down, and it closed. So this is the most that they can close. The stock could have been like going all over the place in here, but then it closed down here, and then it's still going down. So we do have some support right here, a support zone. So we might see a retracement back to 39.35 to this 50 SMA. But that basically covers some indicators. There's obviously plenty of others out there. I can make more videos going in depth on them, but this is just a good video to get your indicators down pat. If you got value from this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you have any questions. I will be glad to answer them or make a video about it. But I really appreciate you guys. I've been getting a lot more subscribers in the past few days since I've been posting. And if I keep getting subscribers like this, I will be doing a giveaway, like $1,000 giveaway or something like that. So if you're not already subscribed, do it. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.